Who are you? Not your name, not your title, not what you do for a living. Who are you really? You've lived your entire life inside a body you didn't design, with a mind that you didn't consciously program. Every thought, every opinion, every belief, where did they truly come from? Are they yours, or are they echoes from a world that trained you to be what it needed you to be? You wake up every morning and automatically play a role shaped by invisible conditioning, past experiences, and unexamined beliefs. But beneath all of that, there's something deeper, something ancient, something watching from behind your eyes, asking quietly, who am I beneath all of this? Your mind races to answer, because the question itself feels uncomfortable. The ego rushes to label, define, and identify, terrified of not having an answer. But the moment you define yourself, you limit yourself. The truth is, who you are is not a fixed concept. It's a living process. You are not a noun. You are a verb, a continual becoming. The real you exists not in your thoughts, but in the silent awareness that sees those thoughts arise. You are not the voice in your head. You are the one listening. And yet most people never realize this, because they live their entire lives trapped in an identity that was never truly theirs. They cling to comfort, routine, and certainty, mistaking them for stability. They never question where their thoughts come from, because they've been conditioned to believe that thinking itself equals truth. But what if the voice inside your head, the one narrating your life, judging your worth, and defining your limits, is not you at all? What if that voice is just a carefully programmed system, an interface between your true self and a world that benefits from your compliance? You live in two worlds, the outer world you can touch and the inner world you rarely understand. The outer world tells you who to be, what to want, what to fear, and how to live. The inner world quietly obeys, molding itself to fit the narrative. Your conscious mind is like the public relations department, constantly trying to justify, explain, and make sense of things it didn't actually decide. But behind the scenes, the subconscious mind is the real CEO, quietly giving orders based on old programming, emotional memory, and past conditioning. You think you're in control, but you're mostly reacting. You think you're choosing, but you're mostly repeating. And if you look closely, you'll notice that most of your life is just one loop after another, the same emotions, the same reactions, the same patterns, all dressed up as new experiences. Science calls it the subconscious. Ancient mystics called it the shadow. Scripture calls it the heart. Deceitful above all things. Whatever you call it, it runs the show. About 95% of everything you do is controlled by this invisible system. The programming that took shape when you were a child, before you even had the capacity to question it. And yet, this is what decides who you love, what you fear, how you respond, and what you attract. This subconscious conditioning is like soil. It will grow whatever seeds are planted in it. If your childhood was filled with fear, shame, or neglect, that energy doesn't disappear. It just hides beneath your awareness, quietly directing your life until you confront it. But most people never confront it. They just keep watering the same old garden, wondering why the same poisonous fruits keep growing. They live life as prisoners of their own inner automation, reacting to ghosts of the past while believing they're making new choices. You think you're here to live your life, but maybe life is here to help you wake up from the illusion that you've ever truly lived it. If the subconscious is the soil, then belief is the seed, and belief, whether rooted in truth or illusion, shapes everything you experience. There's a part of your brain called the reticular activating system. It filters reality itself. Out of the billions of bits of sensory information surrounding you at every moment, it only allows in what matches your internal programming. In other words, you don't see the world as it is, you see it as you are. If you've been programmed with fear, you'll notice threats everywhere. If you've been programmed with lack, you'll miss every opportunity. If you've been programmed to feel unworthy, you'll unconsciously reject anything that contradicts that belief. And so the cycle continues. You experience what you believe. Then your experiences reinforce those beliefs, and the loop repeats itself again and again. It's a perfect design for control. Because if you never realize that your perception is programmed, you'll spend your life trying to fix the external world, never realizing that the projector is inside you. The great mystics and prophets knew this long ago. They told us, "Be transformed by the renewing of your mind." They understood that truth is not about controlling the outer world. It's about reclaiming sovereignty over your inner one. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between what's real and imagined. That's why creative visualization, prayer, and deep emotion can literally reshape your neural pathways. Neuroscience calls it neuroplasticity, the ability of your brain to rewire itself based on what you repeatedly think, feel, and believe. Faith and science, when stripped of ego and doctrine, are not opposites. They are two languages describing the same truth. You are the architect of your inner world. You are the sculptor of your own consciousness. And every thought you repeat, every feeling you indulge, every story you tell yourself becomes your future reality. But this doesn't mean you can simply think positive and fix everything. It means you must go deeper. You must look inward, confront your shadows, and ask, what am I still holding on to that no longer serves me? What fears have I mistaken for truth? What lies have I repeated so many times that I've started to believe them? Only when you dare to ask those questions does the real awakening begin. You've been trained to look outward for answers, to search for validation, purpose, and identity in the world around you, but the answers you seek were never out there. They've been whispering inside you all along, waiting for silence, waiting for stillness, waiting for you. When you strip away everything that isn't truly you, the fears, the labels, the masks, what remains is something divine, that awareness behind your thoughts, that silent witness who has been watching everything unfold since the day you were born. That is the real you, not the voice, not the noise, the awareness of it all. And when you begin to live from that awareness, everything changes. You stop fighting the world and start observing it. You stop needing to prove your worth and start living from peace. You stop reacting and begin creating. This isn't some spiritual cliche. It's the most practical truth you'll ever realize. Because the moment you remember who you are, truly are, the illusions lose their power over you. The subconscious programming begins to dissolve. And you finally start living as a conscious being rather than a conditioned one. The ego will resist. It always does. It will whisper, "You're overthinking." It will mock your silence and crave your distractions. But the truth doesn't shout. It whispers. And those whispers grow louder when the mind grows quiet. Who are you? You are not your trauma. You are not your body. You are not your fears, your doubts, or your past. You are the consciousness that experiences them all and yet remains untouched. This is the paradox of awakening. You must lose yourself to find yourself. You must unlearn what you think you are to remember what you've always been. You must die to the false self to awaken to the eternal. So ask yourself every day, who is the one behind the mask? Who is the one behind the thought? Who is the one asking the question right now? Because when you finally see that answer, when you feel it, you won't just know who you are, you'll remember. And remembering is the beginning of true freedom. If this message spoke to something deep within you, share it. Not for me, but for whoever else needs to remember who they truly are. We are here to live authentically and support each other do the same.